I'm working on the last section of the first rock wall, the end of it. So, as you can see it coming over here. So I took out all this dirt here, lined it up with this line of rocks, dug a little trench, not too deep, doesn't need to be. I started breaking up, demoing some of this leftover blocks. So yeah, so I'm gonna keep doing that till I get to the end. Then I'll run the compactor on it, and then I'll start putting some rocks on there. One thing I wanted to make note of was yesterday, or the last day I was working on this. So I started, so all this here, all that to the end is all this. And this is the original retaining block from when the house was built. And the reason why I'm talking about this is because the last time I was breaking these up, it was very sunny. And you could see all the dust from the hammering, right? And you know, it never occurred to me that these blocks might have asbestos. And the only reason why it really occurred to me was it was so sunny that the angle of the sun, you could see all the dust and how much dust was in the air, and I was like breathing it in. And it turns out that back in 1965, pretty much most of the construction material, indoor, outdoor, was made with asbestos. So there is a lab that I could send it in and get tested. But instead of doing that, I'm just gonna assume it has asbestos. Wish I knew that before I broke all of these up and not wore a mask for it. Only saving grace there, I think the silver lining is I was outside, and most of the days it was, you know, it was relatively windy, and so stuff was probably just going away. But yeah, that's something to note. You know, you're just trying to do your thing, you know, being efficient and saving materials so you don't spend more money. And you gotta be careful with asbestos, you know. It's 2026. You gotta be careful with asbestos. So granted, those blocks were from 1965, so that's the caveat. Anyway, so I decided to just focus on these guys. These are the new retaining wall blocks. These are not made with any asbestos. Asbestos was removed, I think, from what I remember, in the 90s. By the 90s, I think it was gone from all construction material. So yeah, I'm just breaking these up here. That's what I'm using here. So I have plenty. I'm gonna break up all this, and then, like I said, I'm gonna finish that, rocks, then backfill up to the base layer, and then I think the rest of the way up, it could be a mix of broken rock, maybe not as small, with dirt. So, yep, that's the plan. Bye.